Give her a phone back.
G'day, legends. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about something I genuinely didn't expect to enjoy. A super progressive movie. The animated satire linked to Pauline Hanson and One Nation. I went in expecting it to be generic. I expected cheap propaganda, bad animation, and the same talking points on repeat. But honestly, it surprised me, in a good way. This fin is full-on political piss take, and it actually works. The setup is ridiculous, in the best way. You've got 4 ultra-progressive activists whose magical victimhood powers break, leaving them stranded in an Australia run by Prime Minister Pauline Hanson. To get their powers back, they have to travel through the real world and collect victimhood points. It sounds dumb, and it is, but it's deliberately dumb. That's the joke. The humour is fast, over the top, and unapologetic. It takes shots at progressive culture, identity politics, and hypocrisy, without pretending to be subtle. Characters like a trans princess refusing to give up pregnancy, or exaggerated political cameos, and clearly designed to provoke. But they land because the film doesn't pretend it's above mockery. Everyone gets roasted. What surprised me most is that it doesn't just punch one direction. There are moments about unity, reconciliation, and social cohesion wrapped inside the satire. It's not some angry lecture. It's more like Australian South Park or Team America energy. Crude, offensive by design, but laid enough that you are laughing while also recognising the point it's making. For a small production from Stepmate Studios, the animation and voice acting are solid. It doesn't feel lazy or slapped together. Whether you agree with the politics or not, you can tell effort went into it. Which is why it's connected with people who normally wouldn't touch One Nation content at all. Then there's the Melbourne premiere. And this is where reality outdid the satire. The screening at Crown Casino turned into an absolute mess. Protesters managed to get inside and set off a stink bomb during the film. Outside, things escalated into physical confrontations. Footage shows people lunging at each other, security piling in, full scuffles break out, grown adults fighting over an animated movie, and security wrestling grown adults like it's WWE. Peak Australia. Pauline Hanson had already accused activist groups of trying to cancel the screening beforehand. Village cinemas initially pulled back due to threats but ended up going ahead. A 32-year-old was later charged over the stink bomb incident. The irony writes itself. A movie mocking performative outrage triggers exactly that behaviour in real life. If you are so offended by a cartoon that you resort to chaos, you can't have proved the film's point. Now here's something people don't like talking about. As more Epstein-related documents keep being released, naming politicians, elites, and power players globally, naming Aussies like Kevin Rudd, Clive Palmer, and even Paul Keating's daughter, but no mention of Pauline Hanson. No flight logs, no island references, no whispers in the documents. In over 3 million pages, unsealed, she doesn't appear. Whether you like her or hate her, that matters in a political environment where trust is basically dead. Australia's in a rough spot. Cost of living is brutal. Housing feels unreachable for younger people. Immigration numbers are high. And a lot of Australians feel like the major parties aren't listening. Whether you blame Labor, Liberal, or both, the frustration is real. Hanson and One Nation are benefiting from that mood. Polling shows them at levels not seen since the late 90s. Her platform reduced migration, rejection of UN agreements, prioritising local jobs resonates with people who feel ignored. The movie's popularity mirrors that shift. It's not high art, it's not winning awards, but it's tapping into a broader resentment toward elite culture, corporate politics, and performative activism. Especially when everyday people are struggling just to stay afloat. What this whole situation exposes is how broken our public discourse has become. Media coverage instantly labels the film as offensive and hateful, while a lot of regular viewers are just saying, yeah, it was funny, and it hit some uncomfortable truths. The protest, violence, the outrage, the attempts to shut it down, all of it feeds into the same cycle the movie is mocking. People claiming victimhood while trying to silence others. You don't have to agree with Pauline Hanson to acknowledge that satire like this hits because it reflects something real. It's comedy aimed at power, hypocrisy, and cultural disconnect. And right now, that's resonating with a lot of Australians. If you haven't seen a super progressive movie, it's worth a watch, just to understand why it's causing such a reaction. Agree with it or not, it's one of the few pieces of political satire in Australia right now that isn't afraid to swing hard. Drop a like. If you enjoy satire that actually challenges people, subscribe. Subscribe if you want more straight up takes without the corporate filter. And let me know in the comments, have you seen it? Did you laugh, cringe, or both? Catch you in the next one.